Hey everyone, Whackjob14 here, bringing you another episode of the Armory, the series where we talk about guns, their historical accuracies, and any other thing that comes up in my mind about the guns. Today's gun will be the Perino Model 1908 from the In the Name of the Tsar DLC, DLC 2, and Battlefield 1. To get this gun, you need to, well, for the one variant, low weight, you need to perform 40 kills with the MG15 low weight, and then 10 squad resupplies in a round. For the defensive, you need 50 kills with the bar, and then 20 kills with the Repeter pistol, or however you pronounce that. My apologies if I butchered that. I'm going to butcher a lot of things, which is kind of like the running theme of the series. Anyway, so upon looking up its history, I learned it was designed in early 1901, and it weighed 60 pounds. I mean, sure, you could lift 60 pounds pretty easily, but you're in a battlefield, you go in a fight and you shoot it off, and you need to run with it like our characters supposedly do, is impossible. Fatigue will eventually hit a soldier. So that's why it was mainly used for fortifying positions only during the Great War. There was a 1910 version eventually made, but that was 30 pounds, so they did improve it a little bit. It was Italian, actually, even though it came with the Russian DLC, made by Giuseppe Perino. He was an engineer, designer. And one of the things that was important for him when creating it, and you'll see it in the gameplay, is that you don't have to necessarily do a full reload. And by what I mean by that is, in actual warfare, machine gun, any machine gun you see in Battlefield 1 or even like a World War II game, for the most part, it's actually a 2 or 3 man team working the gun, keeping it supplied and everything. And so a normal MG, you got the drum or whatever you have, the feed, and there's one guy shooting, one guy feeding, and then maybe a third guy runner or sights or something, or protecting or covering the other two, usually in warfare. So for us, you know, we actually do stop firing and then put in the 20 round, which is interesting, 20 round belts into the container on the left side you see. But in actual warfare, we wouldn't be, well, first off, we wouldn't be running with this gun. We'd be standing still, but someone else would be doing that reload animation for us, someone to our side, and so we'd always be constantly firing. And that was the design idea behind this gun. It kind of didn't work out because overheating and problems like that eventually would come up. But it is, from my understanding in the game, pretty fracking cool. Real life, this is just ridiculous that we're actually running around and I can hip fire this 60-pound gun. But it's awesome. It's got a tripod, and then burst fire like here. It's not that bad, honestly. I do like using it. For me, I really couldn't tell between the low weight and the defensive. In fact, I actually challenge you to find out which one it is in the gameplay. I mean, sure, my iron sight's a difference, but it's just, there's hardly any difference. So either or, if you don't want to do the second unlock, then you don't have to, just pick one and you're going to be probably happy with it. So there's no history apart from just the early designing. Not a crap ton were made because it wasn't very popular with the 60-pound thing behind it. Supposedly though, it could fire 450 rounds per minute in actual real life. And that would be it for history, like I said. Gameplay-wise, I think it's great, like I said, and it does its job. Sure, you could be beat out by a lot of guns in it in close range or far, or a distance, but you can single-shot it, so that does help, even though I decided not to here. But, you know, holding down the trigger also worked for me, especially with 120 bullets in your gun. You kind of can spray a lot for me. I just think it's a really cool gun, though. It's a really interesting, intriguing, original gun that we would never ever see or learn about, probably in our lifetime. And it's something just, you know, unique. That's really all I got to say about this gun. So I'll let the rest of the gameplay go ahead so you can actually hear the gun sound. And I'll see you guys in the next episode of the Armory. If you like what you see, give it a like. If you really like what you see, you could subscribe. And that'll do it for me, guys. I'll see you next time.
We have taken objective butter. have lost objective Charlie.
There's ammo for you.
We've taken objective Charlie.
Throw the grenade!
We have lost objective butter.